Met 19 en 14 voor Remmem en Zoende. En die nummer 11, dat was ook nog even twijfelen over Russing Lellesit opkomen. En hij is erbij gekomen voor linksback Mats Rots. Die speelde heel goed. Maar Dijkstra speelde ook goed. En Dijkstra staat normaal Oranje onder 19. Dit gaan opnemen tegen Noorwegen. En proberen om de halve finales te bereiken. Dat lukte ze in 2017 ook al. En dat is het verste wat Oranje onder 19 ooit is gekomen op zo'n eindtoernooi. Meteen met de aanspeelpunt Konadu en Sliti. Jansen zoekt naar Konadu. Nou, die vindt hem ook nog bijna.
Scored a wonderful individual equaliser against England and helped set up the second that put them in front as well. Here is Sliti advancing for the Netherlands. Here he is again, the number 10. Down goes Konadu. Referee waves away the penalty appeal. To the relief, I'm sure, of Vosterbotnian at the back. By a point behind Italy and Ukraine. And look here for Rusling Lellesit this season. A key player for Evan Sell and his side. Before returning more recently, there he is. Kier will chase after this. To it ahead of Mikkel Hope. The support from Reed, who's in behind here. He's had a shot on target now, all right, and it came from their right back. Chivaro Reed from the captain. Let's have a come. Kier. Schmidt had continued his run, it was asking a lot of him. Valiant attempt. Now promising here. Oh, back off the frame of the goal. That was quite some hit from Sliti. He's unlucky. Still the danger, those. The Dutch press and probe. Let's have another look at just how close Eamon. Keepers this. Sliti was so close a moment ago, and now Reed it behind and fizzing it in. Possessed. Touch for Konadu. Actions either side. Here's Schmidt. Dijkstra in space. Dijkstra to have a go. That tempo really. Slightly deeper lying central midfield role. Ufkier on the move. That usually spells trouble. Got something on that as doubling down on their attacking endeavours here. Dijkstra forward. And it goes towards Konadu trying to turn. Then takes a tumble. Again, that's immediately waved away by the referee. Wasn't much by way of protest, in fairness, from Don Angelo Konadu on that occasion. The answer to Ugwu, who will go longer, looking for Ufkir. Did well to bring that under control, but quickly found himself outnumbered over there. 7 goals in his 10 caps in total, but all of those 7 goals are the touched on it. By Lellesit, and maybe the opportunity here for Gonstadt, who was quickly closed down when it did come his way. Evan Sell striding into space here is Chivaro Reed, whips it in first time. Sliti can't quite reach it to return it, as was his intention. Again, will be missing from that competition, but they're determined to try and impose themselves on this one, and they picked a way through here really well up until the defence got back to Ufkir into it yet here. Keith Schmidt for the Netherlands. Sliti outside of him. In first time where it's gathered up by the goalkeeper. Still unable to make it stick. Laid down to try and break them down. Jansen opts to go long in an attempt to do that. Looking for Konadu and Reed in there as the defender that got to it first. Fully aware that Chivaro Reed was right. Good one there for Ugwu, helped out by Jansen. And now we are set. Norway in the white, from right to left in this second half. Get the action restarted. When they have won the ball, they've not been able to keep hold of it. Too far ahead of Konadu. The year in Norway. Plenty backing white again here. It's been a familiar theme, hasn't it?
Hey boys, come on.
There's Dijkstra. He came for Konadu. Still might, actually. He's the one challenging the goalkeeper. Dutch all too aware of that danger, but they continue to press and probe themselves here. That combination with the penalty area in the middle. That's where it's going to come from. Reed whipped it in. Come territory. It's a better ball in. And it fell for Reed to have a hit, but he didn't catch it with the last 8 internationals. Hasn't been in too much danger, but that might change here with Holter helping it on. The goalkeeper gets down smartly enough. Herkens. As well as Remen here. He managed to get his shot away. Blocked by the left boot. Normally that defence so well marshalled is left exposed. Konadu, hits the post. A real let-off for Norway. Hitting the frame of the goal. Really is opening up though. Norway taking their turn again here, and it's hit straight at Herkens. And at the second attempt, Raymond again. Slipping that through towards Holter. Konadu was so close at the other end. Look at Norway again. Back the way of Keith Schmidt, yeah, it did, little fortunately perhaps, but it sets up for the shot for Lond. And he's denied by Sortren, who makes the save. Keeps the ball in play. For Kyle to Schmidt. And still, oh brilliant, this time he scores! Keith Schmidt. And the Dutch make the breakthrough. It needed a really stylish finish to do so. And Schmidt, who wrapped it up in stoppage time when they began with a win against Germany on match day 1, has opened the scoring against Norway here on match day. Recently scored a hat-trick for Young RZ in the Eredivisie in March. A 5-1 win against Utrecht's under-21s. Because this would leave them very vulnerable with only a point to their name going into the final match. Unless they can salvage to predict at which end. Well, that's really well worked. Niehammer in behind. Flights in the cross. Reed away, although back potential. Win the group today, but they can clinch qualification. Niehammer is capable from this sort of range as well, but he's not the only one. Kept low, but it was always the Netherlands, and here they come again. An easy run from Oefkeer. It was a painful one for him. And that shows the exact game. Just over the head of Konadu. Nearly came though for Dijkstra. There is Dijkstra. Forward towards Konadu. If he can reach it, it was touched into his path, and then they just do it for the Dutch, who double their lead. 2-0 for the Netherlands against Norway, and the semi-finals beckon for those clad in orange. Denied by the post earlier in the second half.